got a secret weapon. His name's Omar. So in hindsight, I definitely overcomplicated certain aspects of this mural. For instance, in this section, I could have just painted the whole green leaf section and then painted the brown branches over the green. But instead I painted the branches first, and then we had to paint around the branches, and then it took a lot of time to do the fine details of painting around the branches. Next time I definitely won't do that. There were quite a few aspects of this mural where I was maybe a little bit slower, or maybe doing the process not in the most ergonomic way, and I learned a lot of things in this process that next time I will implement, that will make the job flow a lot better. Yeah, we live and we learn. That's what it's all about, hey? Okay, so you can see here that's just had a first coat of green, and then this side has had its second coat, so you can kind of see the difference. The browns all had 2 coats. We're having to do 2 coats of everything. I always do. I always have to do 2 coats of every color, just so that it really is bright, otherwise it just looks unfinished. But sure, I'm so blessed. I've got this guy Omar. He's one of the groundsmen at Carradale, and he's helping me, and it's such a blessing, yo. It's like, yo, it's gonna make the meal so much easier. Oh, and it's also nice to have someone just to chat cuck with and stuff, so it's very, very nice having a helper on this mural. I'm very, very grateful, because he's making my work so much easier, and it's gonna go much faster. So yeah, anyway, it's been a very fun day. Very happy with the progress. And what's your cat's name? Okay.
The kitty cat. Her name is Kitty.
Kitty.
The next morning.
I'm really on top of things. I actually am. I'm doing great, but there's just always things that fall through the cracks. I needed to take footage off my phone yesterday, and I need to leave now, so not gonna do that. Anyway, I dilly-dallied a reasonable amount this morning because I'm feeling a little bit flu-y. It's probably just because I'm working at a primary school and my immune system's not used to that. Yeah, it was quite rainy this morning, so I've given it time to dry out, and now hoping that the wall will be fine and I can get like a good 3 to 5 hours in this afternoon, so it's still worth my while going. But yeah, gonna take it easy, not gonna overdo it because I am feeling a little bit flu-y, but I also gotta get this done, so I'm just gonna keep showing up every day that I'm there and make progress, and it feels great, so let's go. So when I freehanded the concept onto the wall, I ended up drawing the girl taller than she is in the concept art, and I gave her legs, but I didn't end up liking it, and it was kind of messing with the concept, with the artwork, especially since the wall was shorter than I had originally designed it for. So I ended up painting over her and then repainting her at a much later stage in the process. Welcome to my office. A few weeks ago I did another mural, and I bought the paints for this job then, so I can't actually remember what colors I bought. So we're going to play a fun game now where we're going to open the pots and discover together what colors I bought. Really can't remember, so probably a green and a blue and a pink, but we'll see. Oh, nice. Nice bright yellow. Yellow. Oh, nice. Turquoise. Okay, then I'm assuming pink and green? Not sure. Should probably shake it before I open. Yeah, nice. Yo. That's pretty.
That's a line reached pink.
And then
That's a reached pink.
yeah. So I can't remember because I had a lot of red and I knew I didn't have that much green. I had a lot of purple, so I'm assuming it's green, but we don't really need that much more green, so I don't know.
Oh, your green is finished.
Yeah, it is green, yeah. Okay, so we got more green. Okay, cool. I love this pink. That's beautiful. Okay, so here I was just mapping out the background colors that were going to have the different little slogans on them. So I just needed to paint the background each individual color. That's why we were just going through the colors to kind of decide how to map out the background. And again, it was so cool to have Omar to help me, because I just drew the lines and marked which color I wanted there, and then he went and color blocked for me, which was a huge help. Not bad for 2 days work, eh? But I do have my secret weapon. So over the weekend I did some prep for my workshop that I was going to do in the next few weeks with the girls. It's called The Power of Potential as well, and we used the metaphor of the mural and we applied it to our own lives. So this was a little worksheet that I created for that workshop. And then I also did some prep for another workshop that I hosted at Kaya Cafe, which was called Art for Inner Alchemy. It was a really awesome experience.
3 days later.
Another day, another dime. And I'm feeling fine. It's Monday, we're back at the wall. Friday was pretty crazy, the weather was awful, it was so windy, my sheets were blowing everywhere, and it's not fun painting in the wind. But anyway, that's apparently a school bell. Crazy. I would have mad PTSD if I went to a school with a ball like that. So just busy removing all the snails off my wall. Cheapers, guys. Alrighty, so I'm not the neatest painter. I like paint because you can paint layers, so when I make mistakes, when I mess, my helper's pretty messy too, but I can't blame him. I was way more messy than he was last week. So yeah, I just paint over the places that I miss, and then yeah, anyway, paint, it's great. So today I'm just doing some neatening up and hopefully getting into the details today. So it's just like second layers needed in certain areas, neatening. Anyway, there's a lot to do. We've got a way to go, but we got a nice, solid, beautiful foundation. Let's go. So by far the most time-consuming part of any mural in my experience is just building up the layers. It's all the unseen work that happens behind the scenes. I'm obviously not going to film myself painting multiple layers of the same color. It's just a waste of time and space and footage. So yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm painting the white base layer, and then I'm going to come on top of that with multiple other layers of color. By the time the mural's finished, I've usually painted 3 to 4 different layers of color. What up, my guys? So it's lunchtime and they have a microwave here, which is great because nobody got time for cold leftovers. Got paint on my fork because I forgot to bring something to open my paint with. I just want to kind of reflect today on the concept of the mural. So I think I've mentioned that this mural is called The Power of Potential. And it's a tree, and there will be a little girl. I haven't painted her yet. So it's working on the metaphor of a seed, and it's something I think it's funny. Like, science explains certain things, and then we think we understand them, but they're actually so magical. Like, if you think about a seed, like a seed, say, oh, an oak tree grows from an acorn. An acorn's yay big, right? And all that acorn gets is sunshine and water. Sunshine's a completely abstract thing. We can see it and we can feel it, but we can't like touch it or grasp it. It's light. It's literally a frequency. And then water as well is like such a magical substance. So, and it seems like so simple, it's just water, right? But no, it holds so much, because an acorn becomes a fully grown oak tree, like just through sun and water and soil. It's like, it's so hard to put into words, but like it blows my mind the things that a seed can do given the right support and environment and nourishment. And every acorn, obviously this is just the metaphor, I'm just using an acorn as an example. Every acorn holds within it the potential energy to become a fully grown oak tree, like a huge giant tree, my guys. But if you look at a little acorn, like, it's like, it blows my mind. And that's why I'm loving this concept, the power of potential, because I love the idea of potential energy. It's something I've been very intrigued by for quite a long time. The whole tree is there, you know, just like the egg and the sperm. All of the information is there. Once they come together and they sit in the uterus and they start growing, a whole human being, like a whole human, what the hell comes out of that? Like, it blows my mind. How these tiny things can become these fully fledged, super complex, magical beings like trees and humans. But yeah, so like potential is all about, like, it's always there, but it needs time and it needs space and it needs nourishment in order to bloom to its full potential. And I love that metaphor with regards to human beings, because we all have potential within us, but if that potential is not nourished, it won't be reached. So that's why I'm quite keen to do this at a school and work with primary school learners. It's quite cool, actually. I'm working with the grade 7 girls. At the end of this year, they're going off to high school, so it's really good timing to be workshopping their individual potential. The whole idea of the workshop is going to be, what potential do I hold as an individual? What potential hurdles will I face on my journey to reaching that potential? What solutions can I develop, or tools can I have in my toolkit? What solutions can I brainstorm to overcome those hurdles in order to reach my full potential and become the being that I know I have the potential to be? In so many words, I am really just trying to express my utter awe at potential and the power that potential has to unfurl like a plant, given time and space and nutrients.
Watching back on these videos now a few months later, I realized that potential is something that I'm very passionate about, and helping people tap into their potential and pursue their potential is something that I really want to work with in the future. So I went on quite a little monologue about it here, but I'm not going to put it all here, otherwise the whole video is just going to get taken up by me talking. So if you'd like to watch the full monologue, I will upload it on my other YouTube channel, Ashtree Growing, where I post more like behind the scenes, less refined videos, and you can check it out there.
Now that was an interesting end to the day. We've had a few experiences since being here, but nothing serious. It wasn't serious either, but it's just the realities of working in Mitchell's Plain. But I mean, it happens. It happens everywhere in South Africa. But the police are out. There was apparently a dude running around the neighborhood close to the school with a gun. So they asked me to back up and leave for my own safety. There's so many police officers up now. Yeah, there were 2 cops. Anyway, lots of police. I've heard. Anyway, it's interesting. I've seen quite a few interesting things around the school since I've been there, but I feel very safe. But it's wise to not be arrogant or ignorant, and when they ask you to leave, just do that. But yeah, interesting into my day. I got to finish what I was planning on, basically, almost finished, not everything, but I finished what I did. So I'm heading home a little bit earlier than I intended, but that's obviously not a bad thing. Anyway, I'm driving now. Love you, bye.